Hello, welcome to another episode of Work in Blue. I'm your host, Mark Peikert, and today I have a very special guest. They're all special, but today is extra special. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was April 21st, 2021, and a video was posted on Twitter in which a young Beau Butler was seen being offered a Falcon Naked Sword exclusive contract while on the set of a movie that he filmed, the end of a foursome. He was so delighted. The joy in his face, the optimism in his eyes. It's been almost a year. Let's bring Beau on now and see if that optimism and that joy and that hope are still alive in him.
It's still here.
God, it really is. Every time that I tune into you, I'm like, is it gone yet? Is he one of us? And it's not.
I'm so happy. I'm living my dream.
Oh, it's sobriety. Sobriety does this to people.
Sobriety. It is, actually. I drank the Kool-Aid and now I'm just always fucking chipper.
You know what? You put it in your God box.
And I let it go.
And you let it go. And then you stepped into your abundance.
Yes. Yes.
No, I think that, first of all, thank you for joining me again.
Of course. My pleasure.
But I think that one of the reasons that your career has really popped, other than the obvious, is you are so unapologetically gleeful about what you're getting to do. And I think that that is such an important counter narrative to what we all have, even if we know better, in the back of our heads about what porn stars are like, which is like, oh, they're all on drugs. They're all so sad. It makes me sad. And you're just like, I'm getting my dick wet. I'm taking it up my ass. I'm living my best life.
Best life. Best life.
And I think that that resonates with people where they're like, sex is fun. Sex can be fun now.
Yes. Yes. I've realized a lot of people live vicariously through me, where they get to, for a minute or so, fuck their porn crush. You know what I mean? They get to, like, I just had sex with Raheem and it's literally as good as you'd imagine it. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and don't sell yourself short. I think that you are a lot of people's porn crush.
No.
I mean, that body is just. I remember when your exclusivity was announced and we got the photos and we were like, what? What?
Trenton's such a good photographer. Trenton Ducati.
Oops, in this jock strap.
Yeah, those are such good photos. That's like a specific sound stage that they use for certain productions that take like a big set that they make from hand. Like, so we just did the prison movie on that same set, and
Ride or Die. Yes.
Ride or Die. And I'm like, ooh, these photos. It's just like they have so many different lights that they just get perfect. And we just filmed another one there, Scrum 2. And these are easily the best photos of me ever taken. Locker room, rugby photos. And I can't wait for everyone to see them.
Do you feel more comfortable? Because I know, like, having sex on camera for many porn stars is the easy part. It's the stills and the photos beforehand that are hard. Has it gotten easier for you?
So I was just talking because like I work primarily for Raging Stallion. So the way Falcon is set up is that each brand has like its own kind of crew, which there's a lot of the same shared crew, like Billie and Brian and all that. But specifically, it has Tony DeMarco as the director and Trenton as photos. So, I mean, I did 22 scenes in the last year, and like at least 18 of them were with Trenton as the photographer. So I know what he's looking for now. I know like when he's going to snap the camera. I know when to suck it in, and I know how to cheat it out. And he goes, sex faces, big sex faces. Oh, you love it. You love it. And you have to be like, you know,
I mean, it's like you've made it to the end of the season of Top Model.
Yeah.
And you know, like, what Tyra wants.
Girl, it feels exactly like Top Model. Sometimes in my head, I'm like, yeah. You want to be on top?
So sometimes do you remember something that happened literally 5 minutes before in sepia?
Yeah, and it's in
Yeah.
sepia.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I think that certainly in the last year, you've done a lot of movies, you've done a lot of scenes, and you've worked with a lot of amazing performers. But you've also done so many major movies with Raging Stallion. So, I mean, Ride or Die and Scrum, and now you have what is this? Your breasts are obscuring.
Yes. So this is a Naked Sword feature that was written and directed by Ben Rush and Pierce Paris for Naked Sword, and it's called The Come In. I play a bed and breakfast owner with my partner Josh Moore.
Mhm.
Yes, and we just think Fire Island, think Palm Springs. You come to the bed and breakfast to come. So
You come to the bed and breakfast to come. You
come.
should be writing taglines, Beau.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's really I have a three-way with Alpha Wolf and Josh Moore, and we keep
Nice.
the whole stack. Alpha's ass is on. I can say this on this channel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Alpha's ass is on my ass, and Josh Moore just
Oh,
yeah,
I love a butt to butt.
level butt to butt. It's great. Yeah,
So in the last year, you've become, a major porn star.
thanks.
You've won some awards,
Thank you.
some more deserved than others. I personally think that you stole Best Bear from some other performers, but I'm not here to quibble with the rules.
You know what? Talk to the fans. I'm just
You just show up and you do your job. In, out, in, out, in, out. And if they think that you are a bear, I think that we need to have a serious conversation about what a bear is.
I must be Bear. Trust me, I was just as surprised. I was like, oh, I really did not see that one coming. I was like, oh yeah, maybe favorite bottom, like this and that. But I mean, Devin Franco, that she deserves that title. You know what I mean? So it was like everybody that won their things. I was like, oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, of the fan awards, which yeah, that's GVN fans. I'm a bear.
You know what? I once came in third in a shirtless bear contest. So,
No.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
only 3 of us entered.
Oh, gotcha.
But you got 2 drink tickets for entering. So, yeah, I'll take my top off for 2 free vodka sodas.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
$20
and I did.
value.
This is a long time ago, though. Now I get paid a lot more than 2 drink tickets for taking my top off.
I still debate about that.
But but you, at this point, have actually gotten to go to the GVN Awards, have gotten to go to the XBiz Expo.
Yeah.
What has it been like actually getting to connect with fans outside of Crunch?
Well, the XBiz Expo was mostly other colleagues. So it was really like the fans were there to see the girls. Yes. And
Missed opportunity, guys. Missed opportunity.
right. And the girls are like fucking millions of Instagram subscribers. Like the girls are not just micro celebrities, they're like celebrities. So for that, it was more so like I was able to see the directors at Next Door and like the guys from Sean Cody, and like it was a really nice little networking for me.
Yeah. So you could just like sway your ass in front of them and go, look what you can't have.
Right.
I'm
Well,
exclusive.
I filmed some content with some of them for my OnlyFans. So yeah, the Donovans.
Oh.
Donovan, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're so hot.
They never stop hustling.
No. And they're just like so sexy. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the GVNs was a closed set. So we were like, in front of the cameras was an award show. Behind the cameras was just a crew. You know what I mean? So everything you saw on the camera was everybody that was there besides the crew.
Yeah.
Which was just presenters. Yeah. So I actually have yet to be in a big. I believe my first will be the Grabbies coming up in Europe. I'm going to the Grabbies in Torremolinos.
Oh, but I mean, that's the Cannes Film Festival of the adult world. And what a way to make your red carpet debut.
Yeah, well, what should I wear?
That's an excellent question that we will get into later because we should really be consulting with Chris Damned. He would say a skirt and some white sneakers.
Yes, a pashmina.
That's not. And a bucket hat.
A bucket hat.
A Burberry bucket hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not for you, my dear.
Fashion.
But this will be your first trip to Europe since you started your career, right?
It'll be my first trip to Europe ever.
But your boyfriend is French.
Oh, you cut out at that last part.
But your boyfriend is French. He hasn't taken you yet?
No, no. But then it's like, all at once, then his family invited me on a family trip, which they're going to Santorini for 5 days because they live in the Alps. So that's like oh, we'll go on a fun trip. So then I'll be in Santorini in June.
That's a lot of packing.
It's a lot of packing. Yes.
It's a lot of different looks.
A lot of different looks. Yeah. Yeah. And then it has to be family friendly looks, which I don't have a lot of. So I'll have to go shopping.
Yeah. That's okay, though. You've got time.
I've got time.
Not a lot of time, but you do have time.
I know.
How is it being in a relationship now as your career has kind of taken off? Is it something that has helped keep you grounded amidst the insanity?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I pretty much everything kind of happened for me all at once. Like I met him last April. We didn't go on our first date until June. But like I sort of moved into this apartment, signed an exclusive contract, found a boyfriend, like so yeah, I think he's kept me grounded. I don't really know what it would have felt like otherwise, but I definitely like have time as me and then time as Beau Butler.
Yes.
Yeah.
You really had a whirlwind spring.
Yeah, it was great.
I did not realize that all of that happened literally on top of the other.
All in like April, May. Yeah.
What happened? Because I think that from what I remember, Tony DeMarco with Raging Stallion saw some of your fan platform content and recognized the raw star power, that the same raw star power that Johnny Hyde once saw in a young Norma Jean Baker.
Yes.
And he said, let's get this bitch naked and on crushed velvet.
Okay.
So, I mean, is that what happened? Did Tony just saw your fan content and brought you in to do some stuff with him?
No, I was, my first ever video I did with Teddy Bear, Mr. Teddy Bear Kerr on Instagram. Cause I shot with this photographer. I like out of the blue decided to make an Instagram for the first time at like 30 years old. So then I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to do it, I need some good photos. So I shot with this photographer, David Zimmerman in Orange County, and it like got me connected with, the LA gays, and Teddy Bear was one of them. So I saw his career and I was like, oh, that looks really fun. So I like started asking him questions about it, which I had just a few months earlier seen Morgan Thicke and Logan Stevens fucking on Black's Beach with a tripod. And I thought, I could do that. What the heck? Like,
I'm already tripod. It's on Amazon.
I'm already doing that. Just no tripod, right? So all these little universal signs kept popping up that like led me to this. So I told him after about a couple months of doing OnlyFans content that I really wanted to do studio, because at the time I started, the GayVN announcements were just happening, and like so it was giving me like a crash course on like the industry and like who's what and whatever. And I was like, oh, studio like looks amazing. especially like Falcon, Raging Stallion. And he introduced me to Shishi, and she introduced me to Tony.
And now look at you.
Yeah, it was great. And I'm still one of the only people that gives Tony a free subscription to OnlyFans. Don't you think that's odd? A lot of people should.
Yes, you should be begging Tony to watch your OnlyFans. You should be paying him a subscription fee for watching.
100%. So a lot of my OnlyFans scene partners, you'll see them later on Raging Stallion. Seriously, because their audition was little unknowns to them in my bedroom. So
I think right after we did our first interview together last year, I texted Tony because we've known each other for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he unearthed a photo of me from the year 2005.
Oh my
when
God,
I was 20 years old, which I will show you after this. I'm not showing you on camera. But Tony's a good guy, and Tony really knows what the penises want.
He's the best. He's like my dad. Him and Trenton, we're just on FaceTime, and we said they're my two dads. Yeah, it's amazing. They're just they're just cool guys. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm always curious when guys come into porn a little bit later in life. What were you doing before 30?
A whole career in behavioral health, which is awfully boring. And no, boring is not the
right nose.
Yeah. Boring is not the right word. It's actually like too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For you really only make good money in that field if you are like an owner in something where you can work your way all the way up, and like $95,000 a year is like, oh my God, so yeah.
Do you think coming to that realization in that career helped you make the move into porn?
Oh yeah.
Where you could take ownership?
Oh yeah. Well, what happened was I worked my way up at my previous company really, 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 really high. New ownership happened in the company around the same time COVID happened, and I was laid off. And I had to take a job at like a medical behavioral health billing company and like start back at the bottom basically. And I was like,
no,
I don't like this. Like, I don't like this. I really weighed like, okay, in another 3 years, I'll kind of be back where I was, or I can just totally go back to the drawing board, which is what I did. Yeah.
I cannot even imagine having an office job where you are a coworker. I mean, for many reasons.
A lot of people.
The top of mind reason is just like, I've never had a coworker that hot before. Like, how do you go to work every day? I guess you go to work eager and excited every day.
Well, so the company I worked my way up at, I was one of two males. It was all female environment from the very top to the very bottom. It was me and the chef. Yeah, because it was a women's facility. And then the other one, again, another company where all of the bosses were women. I was just peppered in with a couple men.
I mean, even worse, all those women.
Okay.
Wanting what they can't have. Well, I was going to ask if anyone from your previous career life had recognized you and reached out, but it sounds like they probably are not watching your content these days.
No, I'll send them my promo pictures expecting like, oh, wow, that looks amazing. And they're like, oh my God, stop. God, stop. Oh my God. They're like really upset. Sometimes I'll send them the most graphic ones I can find. Like if there's a really good, well-lit DP angle, I'll send it in a group chat to see all the reactions I get. Yeah. Because, women, they don't love it as much as we do.
It's weird.
Huh. Yeah.
It's like I finally, after many months, created a close friends on Instagram. Because I was like, you know what? My former coworkers, my former employees, my friends, they probably don't want to see my nipples this often, like let alone anything else. So fine, I'm caving.
Yeah.
I'm drawing the line.
Yeah.
Do you get back to the South very often, or are you not interested in returning to your Southern roots?
Oh, I'm not really from the South.
I thought you grew up in Atlanta.
No. Who are you mixing me up with?
No, I thought you grew up in Atlanta because your grandmother was an old whore too, who ran away to Vegas and was dancing under the name Butler.
Well, some of that is accurate. Where I'm third generation Southern Californian. My grandma was born in LA.
Maybe
And
I just heard Southern California and I just stopped at Southern. I was like, yep.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then my grandma danced at the Whiskey A Go Go because it was right down the street. My grandpa moved here. It was Syrian. His parents came from Syria to Michigan. He went from Michigan to LA. They obviously weren't going to hire Syrian people back then to be in the big pictures, so he changed his last name to Butler. Yeah.
Well, if you ever need an old movie star fictionalized biography, I just wrote one for you.
You did.
So feel free to send that to the fan magazines.
Yeah.
But I think that's why. I mean, you're hot as balls, which I think everyone knows, and you're very charming. But I think that the reason that I have kept you in my life,
Yeah.
much to your chagrin, is you're one of the few guys who loves old movies as much as I do.
Yes.
And I think that is something that probably is not fair that it's surprising, but you don't post about it that often. But I mean, you're a Valley of the Dolls nut like I am.
Yes. Yeah. I just recently rewatched Suddenly last summer.
I procured for him.
Yes. Yeah. So I like, if I could snap my fingers and just be Elizabeth Taylor in that movie, but exclusively in the black dress, then I would.
Not the white swimsuit.
No, I like the mental where she's walking on the bridge and they're all screaming for her. Yeah.
Well, that's like when you go into the Abbey, isn't it?
No, the Abbey, that's not my demographic. It's when I go into the barracks in Palm Springs.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Just living your Liz Taylor fantasies.
Well, I was just at the Eagle for an armpit party, and I wore black chaps. It's a little like the black dress, but
yeah.
But
I'm sure that she wore black chaps in one of those weird European movies she did in the 70s.
Yes.
When she was only in her 40s.
That's crazy. I know.
People aged very differently back then.
They did. Well, I feel like they shoved them into boxes.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the Sex and the City reboot, they're the same age as the Golden Girls first season.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yes.
I made that joke with my mom because my mom's early 50s and my grandma's 80s. And I was like, it's like B. Arthur, and they did not like it.
Yeah. Yeah, that joke might not play as well as it should.
No, they did not. They were very upset. But
well, what more do you have coming up in 2022?
Well, I have my European tour. I'm going to be in Torremolinos the 20th through the 24th. That's a little gay destination city in Spain.
Of what month?
Oh, April.
Okay.
April. And then I'm going to be in Barcelona until April 29th, London the 30th through May 7th, and then Paris the last 7 days. So, yeah.
You're living your European dreams.
Living my European dreams. We have The Come In coming out. It's out now already on nakedsword.com. My Scene is coming up shortly. Scrum 2, Raging Stallion, Movers, themed film. Yeah.
Nice.
There's a lot of fun stuff coming up.
Well, I cannot wait to see it. And I am so delighted that you have not only maintained and built an extremely successful career, but you have retained your charm and your hope and your optimism against all odds.
Let's do this every year and sort of.
You're my Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be the last time you hear that today, I'm sure.
No. Every April, let's do a check-in.
Yeah. Just to see like how much energy is drained from my eyes. Because I think you're a vampire and you're just sucking my optimism away from me.
Yeah.
Beau Butler, guys, I'm going to have links for him in the article below. And I have to go work now, so this is perfect timing. Beau, thank you so much for joining me. As always, it is a delight to talk to you. And guys, thank you for tuning in. Tune in next week for another episode of Work in Blue.
Thank you for having me.